In today's video, we're going to play around and we will test to see if Joomla 4 is better, stronger, faster than Joomla 3. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to watch me work live stream number 132 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. Already in chat, Bjorn, who caught I've got a typo in the title of this live stream. We're not checking to see if Joomla 3 is better than 4. We're checking to see if Joomla 4 is better than 3. My idea for this came from talking to Mark DeChevre the other night. He was talking about how much he felt faster Joomla 4 was than 3. But then we did some comparisons, but he said it'd be interesting to see on the same server under the same conditions. So that's what I've got set up for today. So without further ado, let's turn our attention to the screen. Let me get my controls up here. All right. Hey, I have a question. You can answer in chat or you can leave a comment below. Better, stronger, faster. What connection is better, stronger, faster to the person pictured in this thumbnail? If you're old like me, you will probably be able to figure it out. At least if you're familiar with North American culture. Anyways, we will see. Who's in chat here? Hobby Teresa, hello. John, good to see you, John. It's been a while. And Bjorn and others. So let's let me close this thumbnail picture here. Today's video is brought to you by mysites.guru. Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free site audit for your Joomla site. While you're there, check out all the information and tools. That will save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. And if you decide to subscribe, use the coupon code BASICJOOMLA, all one word, and you will get your first month free. Okay. So I've got two sites set up here. Here is a Joomla 3 site. Basically just installed, nothing done to it. And here is a Joomla 4 site. Basically, same thing, just installed, nothing else done to it. And so we're going to put these two things to the test. Now, I need to just do something quick here off screen. I need to delete something from the clipboard cache so I don't give that away on the screen. Mary says, I'm old in the correct geography, but have no idea. Thinking it has to do with Guy movies. It's not a Guy movie. It does involve a television series from the 70s. Better, faster, stronger. We'll work away at it along the way. Okay, so the first thing, let's test one of my, why don't we test this in Lighthouse, first of all. Now, I'm using Chrome. This is actually Brave browser, but it's Chromium based. If I go F12 and go to the Lighthouse tab, I can generate a report. So that's first of all, and up over here, you see this would be for a desktop. So I'm going to generate a report for testing Joomla 3 there in Lighthouse. Bjorn is not Superman. All right, and just so that things are not affected by the scan here, we'll just we'll do this one scan here, and then when the score comes up, we'll quickly go and we'll do another score on Joomla 4 here. So again, we'll go F12, and we will go desktop and generate report. No, it is not Fast and Furious, Ivor. All right, so basically, and as you can see here, I have created two subdomains on my basicjoomla.com web hosting account, and I have put in one J4 core, one is J3 core, and so what I have done is I have they're sitting side by side in the same web hosting account for us to test this. So these two are done. John Mulholt, you are a winner. That is the $6 million man. So he either knows that from watching it, or he Googled those three words and it came up. But yes, the $6 million man. So just while we're talking, the premise of the $6 million man was that Lee Majors was an astronaut or a flight test a flight tester, who was in a terrible crash and very mangled. And so they decide to use a secret government program that they're working on bionics, fixing electronic limbs and stuff and implants to humans. So Lee Majors gets one eye replaced with a bionic eye. He's got a bionic arm and he has 2 bionic legs. And so he can run like at 60 miles an hour. He's always picking up cars with his bionic arm. The problem is, he didn't have a bionic spine, but it still worked, Anyway, so there was he was the $6 million man. And they also did a spin-off of the $6 million woman as well. All right, so John says, unfortunately, he saw some of them when he was a kid. Oh, it was fun. All right, so here's Joomla 3. The score for Joomla 3 in Lighthouse in my browser here, 96 performance, 98 accessibility, 93 best practices, and SEO 100. Okay, so when we scroll down here a little bit, we'll see the first contentful paint was 1 second. That's kind of related to server as well. And there's some things that, now there's a tree map that we can view. We're going to look at that in another tool. Now, Joomla 4 got 98 for accessibility, 100 for best practices, 100 for SEO. Uh-oh. Thank you. Thank you, Bjorn. Bjorn says you could only see me. Okay, let's go back to Joomla 3 here. 96 for performance, 98 for accessibility, 93 for best practices, and SEO 100. Joomla 4, for some reason, it could not test performance. We could run that test again. But accessibility 98, best practices 100, and 100 on SEO. We scroll down here. Something went wrong recording the trace. So why don't we just run this test again? Let's go here, new report. We'll generate another report. Yes, Hobby, thank you for noticing that as well. Yes, you see me and chat. Oh boy, my goodness. There we go. Okay, one more try. Sorry, everybody. I've not used that. I clicked on the wrong button there. Joomla 3, performance 96, 98, 93, 100. And the first contentful paint was 1 second, which has to do with server. Here we go. Joomla 4, 100, 98 for accessibility, 100 for best practices, 100 for SEO. Now let's scroll down here, and first contentful paint was 0.3 seconds, whereas over here it was 1 second. Now I mentioned that it's the server that can make a difference there at that time, but since we're on the same server and this is in the same web hosting account, it is possible that the first contentful paint happened because less was being done in the background in Joomla 4. So that is very cool. Let's just check here, and we can click on accessibility and see the one thing that they don't like. Heading elements are not in a sequentially descending order. So let's take a look at that. Oh, main menu here is a heading 3, and that is not, it's just sort of out in its own. It needs to be under a heading 2 or a heading 1. Well, actually, it should be. We saw this in a Watch and Work live stream a while ago. Every page should have a heading 1 for accessibility, and then they should be staggered down properly. So this one is a heading 3, so we could always change that. Although it is a title that is out here on the column. So that's something to consider. That's going to come up later on when we test accessibility. All right, so let's go to Google Page Speed. See how that differs. Google, I always find this way. Page Speed. Page Speed Insights. All right, and then I'm going to open a new tab here and start that. So let's go with J3 Core, and we will do a test in here. Now this one is not taking place on my computer. It is taking place by Google. So I'm going to do both of those tests together at the same time. And Bjorn points out that you can change that underneath the module. Excellent. Thanks for that. A good tip. So in the module, you can change this to, say, heading 2, which is what it should be, because then you would have heading 1 the page, and all these other would be heading 2s. Now, in fact, I bet you home is probably heading 1. Let's just check that out. View will inspect. Let's go here to, yes. So home is heading 1. That would be your page title. Keep that in mind, because if I remove that, I hide that on site, so you would need to change things so that you actually have a heading 1 at the beginning of every page. And Mary shared a plugin about that a couple of weeks ago when we talked about that. And I think it was Amy, AIMI, heading 1 or something like that. And so a bit of management, but that's not what we're looking at here today. But Bjorn says you can change it under module in advanced. Okay. So Google Page Speed Insights for, whoops, I'm a mistake, Google. All right, first of all, let's go to developer, go there, and now I need to paste the URL for J4 and analyze that. So let's see Page Speed Insights. So on Google's Page Speed Insights, Joomla 3 Core scores a 95 with the first contentful paint being 2.3 seconds. And as we scroll down, here's some of the things. Eliminate render blocking resources. You could save 1.53 seconds there. Reduce unused Java, save 0.15 seconds. And it says the performance is based on lab data analyzed by Lighthouse, which we just did in browser, and now we're doing out of browser. So 95 here, 100. So Joomla 4 is faster. And we see the first contentful paint is 1.1 seconds compared to 2.3 seconds here. You know, this might vary. The first contentful paint might vary based on load on the server, things happening in the account as well. But 100, everything's nice and green. And eliminate render blocking resources shows only a savings of 0.3 seconds. Now, down here there is a little red arrow which says image elements do not have explicit width or height. And that is the logo itself, the logo image. It's a SVG, which is nice, very fast, but it doesn't. There isn't a specification or specifying of the image size there. Whereas back here, is there even an image in here? Here, ensure text remains visible during web font load. There's a couple of things there. So, all right, so that's very cool. 95 for Joomla 3. And 100. Why don't we test these let's analyze these, reanalyze these again right at the same time. They'll be coming next to each other on the server, and we will see what the score is this time. It is 95 again. First contentful paint still 2.3 seconds. 100 again. First contentful paint 1.1 seconds. And looks like we get pretty much the same things there. Very, very cool. All right. The next thing, another place where I test a lot of things is this. GTmetrics.com. Let's open up 2 windows there. GTmetrics.com. All right. And we will, in this first window, we'll go Control V and put in that and analyze that, and then over here we'll get an analysis going of Joomla 4. Now I am logged in. I have a free account on GTmetrics. I think that puts me at the front of the queue if I'm logged in. All right, here we go. On this one, Joomla 3 scores A with performance of 99%, structure of 97%, largest contentful paint 670 milliseconds. And this was tested from Vancouver, Canada. Now Vancouver's just across the strait from my island, but this would be my server. I don't think I'm using a content delivery network on. No, of course I'm not. Didn't set that up. Coming from Michigan, so a couple thousand kilometers. Bjorn, that's right, every second counts. So let's scroll down here. There's a potential saving of 234 milliseconds, they say, and that is the CSS of the CSS for Protostar, and then jQuery. All right, so 99, 97, 670. And let's check out Joomla 4. 99, 92 on structure, 769, and 0. So we just flick back. The structure, now GTmetrix is saying 97 for Joomla 3, 92 for Joomla 4. Now at this point, you know, you can, we've talked about this before, you can drive yourself crazy trying to get 100% on every single test everywhere. They're probably all a little bit different, and they probably give a little bit different weight to different aspects. But so let's see here. What have they got here? We don't have anything like over here where, oh, eliminate render blocking resources. That's the top one for them. Here it's use a content delivery network. See, and that could very well be part of the score for the structure if they're testing for that or putting emphasis on that. So deliver these things from a CDN they think would be faster. Avoid CSS import down here. That's just showing that that's importing Joomla custom elements, Joomla alert in the Cassiopeia. So style sheets with @import statements, and the style sheets they import. Okay, so something is in there, but the way they've done that. But again, I don't think that is probably a big deal. So let's compare back and forth here. Let's see, 8 seconds. I wonder, oh, let's look at the waterfall here for Joomla 3. Here we have, whoops, not very much being loaded. Showing some, what's this here? That's CSS for the template, the Google font, jQuery, Bootstrap, Keep Alive, and icon moon.woof, WOFF. Here, the waterfall is this. We see that the full time here, I always struggle to read this. It says download 600. Oh, that's just when I mouse over things. The full loading time. Do we have that here? If we go to, oh, that's, yeah, we'll check performance. First contentful paint, 670 milliseconds. This one was a little bit longer, so that could be server related. Just different server conditions. That's still pretty fast. Bjorn says @import is being deprecated for @use and @forward. Okay, good to know. Maybe something that will get changed later on. Hello, Vio. Good to see you. Yeah, so we'll probably @import is being deprecated for @use and @forward in CSS. So that's good to know. Maybe I will figure that out and do. Maybe it'll be a future video. Okay. The structure. Let me just take a look at structure. So Joomla 3 structure, eliminate render blocking resources, use a content delivery network, the top two. And here, avoid use that. eliminate render blocking resources is lower. Why don't we just do a quick retest on the Joomla 4 one, and we'll do a quick retest on that. And we will see what is going on there. All right, see how things change. I mean, these are pretty fast and pretty high scores out of the box. I am considering for next week, or actually considering doing a video running a core Joomla 4 website and a core WordPress website through identical tests and see what happens. That was a rescore for Joomla 3. Let me do one for 4 here. This time it comes out at 99 still, structure 97, that's where it was. The largest contentful paint was a bit higher that time, so it's going to change every time that you refresh and redo things. So we've looked at Lighthouse inside a Chrome browser. We've tested in Lighthouse on Google Page Speed Insights. We've just done GT metrics. I think next I'll do ping.com for fun. If you know of some, and then after that we are going to do the we will do the accessibility test. If you've got other things that you'd like to do, tools to use to test speed or performance or things for websites, just put them in chat and we'll do that again. All right, so we still got 92% structure, 743 milliseconds this time. Yeah, so that one was faster. So again, that's just server conditions and probably traffic on the internet. Who knows? Maybe they take different paths, but still, this is pretty fast. Nice. All right. So in that one, Joomla 4 scored a bit lower for structure based on what GT metrics does, but it is slamming on performance. Joomla 3 is 99. Joomla 4 was 100%. All right. Pingdom, Pingdom. Oh, you know what? I wonder is this still free? Oh, you need a free trial for this. This is one that you need to. This used to be free, so I'm not going to do this one because I won't bother logging in for a free trial. But they sort of switched over to a paid method for some of the tools, and they have real-time user monitoring, which, by the way, MySites.guru offers now, and it is really, really great. It's just included. Really cool feature too, because if you have if a site goes down and it's not up for a while, and maybe you missed the email or notice, or you figure it out, fix that later, it's not important. Every now and then you get an email saying, hey, just a reminder, these sites are still down, which is nice. All right, well then let's do this. Let us go to App Tools and go to the Wave Accessibility Evaluation Wave Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool. And I'm going to open up a separate tab for that. All right, so let's test Joomla 3 for accessibility. All right, and there, that loaded very fast, didn't it? Okay, now let's test Joomla 4 for accessibility. That will go very fast too. All right, so here on Joomla 3, there are 0 errors, 2 alerts, and 4 features. So let's go through the details here. Okay, so we have that skipped heading level, which we have seen, which we saw in Joomla 4 as well. So everything needs to be, we have heading 1 here, and then this skips to heading 2. Heading 3. Heading 3 should be under a heading 2, or else it should be changed to heading 3. And we saw that Bjorn said in Joomla 4 that can be done in advanced in the module. Form labels, everything's green. Structural elements, that gives us the layout. All right. Contrast, it's all good. All right. Now let's go to, this is Joomla 4, 0 errors, 0 contrast errors, 2 alerts, 5 features, 9 structural elements, details. All right, and again, that's going to be, excuse me, heading 3, out of order here on the main menu here. But otherwise, both score very well for accessibility. And oh, Bjorn says you can change the header in Joomla 3 too. Joomla 3 as well. All right. So, there you have it. I think, and not surprisingly, because of the work that's been done, you can see that Joomla 4 is scoring very handily, very high, and is a little bit faster than Joomla 3, which is great. Now, where that's really going to help is getting that quick start at the beginning in the core when you start to load the rest of the things on a site that's built out, like text, like slideshows, like images, like Google Analytics code, or any of the other things once we get adding to a site. So just as a core, it is better, it is faster, it is better, stronger, faster. All right, well, let's see what we can web page speed testing tools. Web page speed testing, let's do that. So GT metrics, yeah, number 1, developers, tools.pingdom. It's probably still, oh, hey, look, we can. They do have this for a free test. All right, let's test for, let's test Joomla 3 here. And I'll still another tab for there. And let's do J4 there. And this is a test from Europe. So we'll keep it honest. We'll keep it even here. North America, San Francisco. By the way, underneath my shirt, I have a t-shirt with the Golden Gate Bridge that I got for, I forget what I think I paid $7.50 for that clearance at a local store. Start the test. All right. Here's the results. See, now they give Joomla 3 a performance grade of 91, page size 128 kilobytes, load time 882 milliseconds. Okay, so they give you a low grade because use cookie-free domains. What's that? When the browser requests a static image and sends cookies with the request, the server ignores the cookies. These cookies are unnecessary network traffic. To work around this problem, make sure that the static components are requested with cookie-free requests by creating a subdomain and hosting them there. Create a subdomain and host your static components there. Oh, interesting. That might have to be a video in the future. Make fewer HTTP requests. Add expire headers. That's a server setup thing. Content by size. Script 454. Font 41. CSS 27. HTML 3. All right, let's see what we got here. Now here they rate performance at 90 of Joomla 4. It shows that page size is bigger, load time is longer, and there are 4 more requests for. Oh, sorry. I tested Joomla. No. Hold on for a second here. I'm all right. Yeah, that's Joomla 4. Okay. So there's the use cookie-free domains. They give that an F. Here it's only E. Interesting. There must be something else that gets called. Avoid empty source or href. That's 100. Make fewer HTTP requests. So Pingdom scores that just a little bit lower based on their philosophy of testing. Okay. All right, what else do we have here? Webpagetest.org. Let's check that out. Now we're just looking at tools here. Let's go Control V, and we'll go Joomla 3. and Control V and Control V. We're testing Joomla 4. Oh, okay. That's a boat. That's a boat. That's a boat. Okay. So security score for Joomla 3, they give an F. So if we click on that, it will tell us F. JavaScripts with vulnerabilities. jQuery 1.12.4. This is vulnerability detected in it. Okay. Oh, now this is also doing some testing on the server as well, because this X-frame options is something that we've seen as a header that you can put in your htaccess that will keep people from that will restrict the URLs and iframes off of the site. So that's why. So that's that security score, which is different from what we've looked at. Everything else is AAAA. Largest contentful paint 9.97. Oh, look, they have a link here for run 2. We'll check that in a second. Oh, did they do two? Oh, did they do two? Oh, first view only test runs. Oh, they did 3 test runs. So if we do this and click here, first, oh, we've got 1.053 seconds, 1.012 seconds, 0.99 seconds for the third run. Ah, that's cool, doing 3 runs. Here, we get an E for security, so something is better. Of course, I still have those same things here. Says, great job. No new versions of vulnerable JavaScript libraries were detected in this website. So it's the security headers again over here that we can put in to score higher. Interesting. Let's go back here. And so there was this one vulnerability in the core that's being noticed. That's why it got in Joomla 3, why it got a poor score. So this F we can easily fix by taking care of these security things in htaccess. All right, let's go back and let's check here. Let's go back here. This is the Joomla 4. The first run was 1.027, 0.992, and then 0.981. So those I think were faster on average than the others. First byte 0.477, 477 milliseconds. Start render at 9. First contentful paint 873. 9 seconds, I think that is for the fully load at 1.325 seconds. Here we've got fully loaded a little bit faster for Joomla 3. Based on their scores and their experiences, and again, we're talking like thousands of seconds here in many cases on some things, or hundreds of seconds in other things, and depending on where these people are located, they're in Virginia. Depending on the path that it takes for them to get and different connections to servers and things loading. You're not going to get the same time across all tests. So, all right. And let's see here. How to run. Hey, here's an interesting. How to properly run a website speed test. It says you're doing it wrong, it looks like. When it comes to your WordPress site, and talk about WordPress. So they're just going to tell you what to do to get better score on a website. So that's not what we're really looking at today. Let's just check one more out here, and then we will just hang out here on the channel. Website speed tests from .com tools. Put that there. All right, so let's test this. Web page. Let's go here. Joomla 3. We'll run from Dallas. Here. Joomla 4. We'll run from Dallas. And over here, it did a test. Oh, Dallas, Madrid, Frankfurt. Okay, let's do that. Dallas. Let's test from Madrid and also Frankfurt. That's cool. Test from different locations in the world. To save your test results, please sign up for one of our website monitoring packages. No, I don't want to. All right, so for Joomla 3, the score for Madrid, 95, 87, 100. Dallas, 99, 87, 100. And Frankfurt, 93, 87, 100. Remember, my server is in Michigan. So that's in the States. So there we're seeing performance a little bit faster based on location, which is good for us to remember for all these tests that we're running. Let's see here. Now, if I click on this 95 here. Oh, and see, they're doing lighthouse reports just from different places in the world. Okay, well, that's cool. That would be this would be a handy place to test things if you're showing a client who's concerned about speed. You could say, well, here it depends on where the people are. Look at the different scores where different pages are being loaded from. All right, so 87, 87. So 95. So from Dallas, 99, 87, 100 for Joomla 3. For Joomla 4, 100, 93, and 100. All right, before. 99, 87, 100, 193, and 100. Now, keep in mind, too, that is, keep in mind, too, that is using Lighthouse, light speed. Lighthouse? Oh, my goodness. Page speed. What were we back here? Lighthouse. Okay. When we clicked on that. Excuse me. So that's pretty cool just to test those scores. And again, we see here based on Lighthouse, things are Joomla 4 is faster. And I would say I like Lighthouse because it's a Google thing. And I like Google stuff. I like to play with Google. I like to keep Google happy. Yeah, based on Lighthouse. So that's what they use. All right. Well, let's see here. I think that's all the testing that I'm going to do. I would say, even though we've seen some scores where things varied, if we rule out the security scores, which in some scans, which are related to how I have HD access set up on my on the web hosting accounts, or in this case, don't have it set up. That Joomla 4 is as fast as Joomla 3, but is also faster than Joomla 3 on some tests, and really just in the very base level of it, just a core install. Is a great starting place, and coupled together with all the new things that are in Joomla 4 as well, that's definitely going to mean that Joomla 3, of course, Joomla 4, of course, is better than Joomla 3, faster, and that accessibility aspect that is there, really, really nice. I would just, hey, we would just check back here on these core sites here, right computer screen capture. Let's go to where that is. one of the things that is a good test of the difference between Joomla 3 and Joomla 4 also is this, is the ability to navigate using the tab, different ways to navigate menus on Joomla. And as you see, as I tab, I'm kind of going through the menu links. It goes up in my browser, but there are the links there that we can click on. And also in Joomla 4, when we do that, it's tabbing through the links or images that are linked. One of the things that's really nice about the menu in Joomla 4 and Cassiopeia is that if you have drop downs, you can tab your way over to the drop down, hit enter, and it will go through those links as well. Hello, Serge. Good to see you. Hobby has a problem with J3 breadcrumbs router, and Bjorn has shared Joomla Forever link on his page, so let's check that out. Yeah, so we'll move on from testing things, and we can always revisit it, but let's just continue to hang out. It is Watch Me Work. That's, you know, if you have things to share or a project that you're working on, or even as Hobby has mentioned, we can kind of look at things. Bjorn has an article here from August 29th, hosting, where and how should I host my Joomla sites in 2022? Nice. Whereas I hope Bjorn says that you should host your websites with my company. Oh, you got DreamHost, HostGators, Roshan. Oh, you got, oh, look at that. I like that. Got some affiliate programs happening there. Cool. And conclusion. Hosting solution like marrying the one you love, and you would like to have a good relationship and get top service from your hosting partner. There we go. Bjorn, I should, Bjorn, if you refer people to me for hosting, I should, I'll give you a cut. Or anybody if you want to do that. All right, so an Ivor, Ivor has a potential customer who wants a booking site for a chiropractor. Any component you can recommend. Okay. Let's think about that. Hobby, what is your problem with the J3 breadcrumbs router? Yeah, Serge, event booking, that's what I was thinking. Vinny says OS booking. Hey, Vinny. Mary says Joom donation service booking. And then Ivor says he'll give Bjorn a good deal too. And you guys are both there in Norway, so knock your socks off. And I know actually for European clients, because as we've seen from the different speeds, you probably don't necessarily want hosting in North America. Although I do have a client that, but he's, you know, a very international site as well. He's based in the UK, but he has people from all over. All right, so Ivor, there's some great solutions, suggestions there. Event booking, OS booking, Joom donation, OS service booking. All right, so the hobby. When you go to TruckerCheckin.com and let's go here. Bjorn has also asked to speed test his page there. So why don't we do that? Let's do this here. Let's do him on this one that shows from different parts of the world. And that does Lighthouse. And we will go and run the test. Same test that we just did. Vinny says that Rockin has servers in the UK. Although, is it Rockin or Roshan? I think it's Roshan, but Vinny is French as well. More French than me anyways. And I'm in Canada and took French in high school. Can I... Okay. Let's not say the result. So Bjorn, that page that we just looked at in Madrid is 4 seconds. In Dallas was 2 seconds. In Frankfurt was 6 seconds. load time from the first visit, and the scores are here and here and here. Let me just get to trucking here. All right, so oh, you are here, home, America, Canada, Canadian National, Chappelle Yard. Also, I notice up here that you have squares here. So so this usually tells me this is a caching thing or something, and squares instead of arrows down. Hobby, I would suggest that you go to the module for the breadcrumbs module and set it to not cache. I'm going to guess that this is just showing cache content from wherever the most recent person visited. So the last person to visit your site, or the last one that was, since the cache was cleaned, it was this is the page they went, and that is stuck in the cache for the breadcrumbs. So go into your module, go into the breadcrumbs module, look at caching, and set it to none or exclude or something like that. Ivor says he's looking for, it has to have a calendar on time booking, preferably with an SMS reminder. Anyone tried easy services booking? So I'll let you guys discuss about that, because I have not. Okay, so I don't want to lose Bjorn up here. Bjorn said, oh, Bjorn's working on getting it faster. I think you asked me to. Okay, so did Bjorn ask me to click on home or something like that? Let me just check. Just going to read down through chat here. My camera has not arrived here for the one that's going to hang right in front of my screen, so you guys don't have to look at the side of my head anymore. All right, can you click on the main menu? Main menu and then Canada. Always happy to click on Canada. Right. It says it's waiting. Let's try again here. Okay. Main menu, America, Canada, and scroll a few articles in the most quickly way. All right, so, well, the fast way to do it would be to open a new tab, open a new tab, open a new tab. All right, so wait for that to load. The breadcrumbs is showing a random location. All right, so here we clicked on send term, and it says van term. Okay. Here, oh, max memory. We got a max memory error on that page. Might need to turn that up a bit on your web hosting control panel. Max memory allowed. And here we've got Canada van term. This one worked. Oh, but see here also, there's van term. And you think the Joomla router is broken. Let's see. No, see that one did van term as well. And this is Port Metro Vancouver. So I definitely think that breadcrumbs. Let's go to basic Joomla. And log in there. I'm not sure that I would be surprised if the Joomla router is broken. I mean, could be, anything is possible. I still have not updated to Joomla 3.10.2 on this site. What is out? The latest one is like 3, is it not? Anyways, let's go extensions and modules. Let's go breadcrumb. Oh, maybe I have removed it from here. Well, I think maybe I might have removed it from there. Let's try another site here. CyberSalt, my CyberSalt site. There we go. So here's breadcrumbs. 3.10.2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, when there's, you know, we have two supported Joomla versions now. So I was thinking like, oh, what's that going to do for my update videos? Layout. All right, so here, hobby, check in your breadcrumbs module. Go to the advanced tab. Go to where caching, the drop down. Instead of using global, go no caching and see if that fixes your issue. I suspect that it might be. Now, if you're using something else like Jotcash, that could also be caching the content there. Components, Jotcash. By the way, I've mentioned this before. Jotcash not available for Joomla 4. They're not going to continue it. And notice this happened the last time. Somehow Jotcash plugin was not in the system at the end, and that was throwing off a client site over here. So I'll just fix this on my site here. Oh yeah, for SEO ended up at the last. All right, so if you're using Jotcash, okay, and Ivor looks like Joom donation, and Mary says Parvo. Hey, by the way, Mary, I'm still behind on texts and messages and stuff like that. So the other day Mary messaged me about someone looking for a programmer in the Joomla Shack VIP web group, and I did send that screenshot to Alexandra, and he did join that group, and he did he has reached out to the person because he looked at it and he thought it was programming he was interested in doing. So thank you very much for that, and I apologize for being slow to reply because I have other things to communicate with you about as well. So I may be close to hiring someone locally to help me with some things. I don't know, but that would be great. Hobby. So did that work for you, hobby? That is great. Well, another one on the footer on the TruckerCheckin.com. Is voice search. Is voice search button. Can you please click it? Say Barcelona or Bangkok or New York. All right, why not? I will definitely do that. So let's see. So on the home page, I'm going to accept the cookies. Thank you for those cookies. They are yummy. Voice search. Okay, let's see if they... okay, so let's say... Use your microphone until we close the site. Yes, allow. Barcelona. Now, I do have my microphone hooked up to different programs, so what I'm streaming with, Streamlabs OBS, may have seized control of the microphone, and I'm not able to test this. So if everybody wants to go to, if someone else wants to, go to TruckerCheckin.com and try that, then that might be a truer test than me right now with one microphone and it being connected to streaming. So Ivor says, for speed, look for a server with light speed. Yeah, I looked into light speed, and I think I looked into the cost of light speed, and I forget. I'm pretty sure I didn't add it to my server because of cost, simply because there's so many monthly things that you can sign up for servers. It really can eat into your profits, or eat into reaching a profit. So I probably will revisit that at some point once things get whistling along. Yeah. All right, but definitely, let's see here. Let's refresh here and see if the TruckerCheckin.com is on Lightspeed and Reddish cache. Redis. I think it's Redis, right? Redis, yeah. Ivor says, okay, a little expensive but very fast. Okay, well, I'll revisit that and keep that in mind. The trick is to, well, here's the challenge. If you charge just, if you charge, it's very hard to compete in web hosting. Hey, look at that, Hobby. I refreshed that page and the cookie says you are home here. So let's go back to, let's go America, Argentina, see what comes up. Serge is getting that. Not allowed when used memory. So you might want to bump it up. Mary says she tried Lightspeed with a client, did not work well, so you removed it. Yeah. So I don't compete with the big internet providers for hosting clients because I can't beat their prices. They have a large number of clients, and so that allows them to bring in a lot of money, even if they're charging a little. That allows them to hire some tech people to take care of a lot of requests. Some companies, those tech people aren't so great. Others are good. But then I can't. So I can't compete with that. With the expectations of support that a lot of people who aren't paying much for hosting or don't want to pay much for hosting have. So what I am doing is, just sort of more of a boutique hosting experience where I have clients and I'm managing things for their company. They can call me when they need things or email me. I'm just doing that tech stuff. And they are clients that I'm looking for clients that are willing to pay a bit more for that personalized service. So lots of people aren't willing to do that. And so with me, as my pitch and as my service gets and offering those services gets better and I can charge more, then I can splurge on things like offering Lightspeed server or that for them. But it's more, in a hosting situation where you are selling to thousands of people, and then you say to them, "Oh, by the way, would you like for an extra $1 a month? Would you like Lightspeed server?" Now, I mean, GoDaddy upsells a lot of stuff like that, but then GoDaddy has the money to do Lightspeed speeder, right? So, anyways, long story. All right. So, Vinny, what kind of keywords do you use for voice search? Oh, Hobby. So Vinny says it works. Great. Serge got that not allowed when used memory, max memory. Too many HTTP requests. Okay, Hobby. Yeah. All right. So here's the. Let me just show you what I have been doing to fix what I would do. Let's see. I'm going to go I have to go into control panel on another screen here. So log into my server. Right, and list accounts. Let's just go to basic Joomla, control panel, and there we are there. All right, so I'm going to change that to get back here. If your host allows this, you can go to PHP, multi-PHP any editor, or often down here it's in software, depending what tools offered. You might have a different one, but I have this multi-PHP any editor. And then what I can do is I can go to a directory, basic Joomla, and then here is the information for memory limits and that. So if you find you don't have enough memory for things, then you are going to get error. So here's memory limit. I have it for 256 megabytes. And now here's the advantage. Not every server, not every hosting company gives you access to stuff like this. Some do, but I can change this to higher. I'll let my clients can go to 512 because I have a very underused server. But let's just switch this to 32 megabytes just quickly for basicjoomla.com, and I think I can break it by restricting the memory. Basicjoomla.com. Okay, well that could just be because it's cached as well. All right, let's go here. So that's man, that's working fast. Let's clean the cache. All right, so let's go here. All right, well it's running on not much. All right, let's change it to 16 megabytes. Of memory. This light might be too light for that to break it, so let's see. Yeah, let's clean the cache. Nope. Memory limit. Let's give it 4 megabytes. That still might be too small. Not too big. Either I'm doing the wrong site. No. Oh, man. Anyways, what I would say is this. Hobby, to try to fix that error, go and increase the memory limit. The other thing, too, that I've started increasing because I had an extension that was crashing out, and this was recommended to me. I changed the max input variables to 5,000, and I think it was at 1,000. Now it says sets the minimum number of input variables allowed per request and can be used to deter denial of service attacks involving hash collisions in the input variable name. So this is probably higher than it needs to be, but in order for it to work on a certain extension, I need it to increase it. And my server is has a ton of security setup on it from the host where I host it, who's Liquid Web. And also some protection against DOS attacks anyways. Remember, what I think I was applying, was I not? We'll try that one more time. Let's go for apply. I think it was. Yeah. I changed post max size. Try that. Cache could not be cleaned. Oh, see, cache could not be cleaned. It's probably not. All right, we're breaking that because it's too low. Let's go clear cache. Oh, that page is not working. So I did break it. Good. So the home page is working. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're right. Remember to apply. I did not apply, I guess. How did I do that? Anyway, so you see, there we go. Unable to handle that request. It is just too overloaded. Let's go back. Give it back 256 in memory. We go here. We'll refresh. Oh, there we go. Site comes back. Refresh. Yes. We can clean the cache. And that works. Yeah, so that might be a solution for you there, Hobby. For that. Great. That will also maybe speed up your page load too, because it'll be less waiting for memory or swapping. But yeah, so here it looks like your breadcrumb issue is solved. Because there's Argentina, and now it's showing when this page loads. Interesting up here in your drop downs. We'll wait for this page to load here. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so your Hobby, your breadcrumb issue is solved there. It's working. That's good. Let's go F12 and see what's happening up here with your all right, this little square here in your drop down here is after. Whoops. I checked and it went off, so let's refresh this here. So I noticed down here in the CSS, let's refresh here. When we look at that drop down and in the CSS, so this is in, okay, you're using JCH optimize. See, it says content, and I don't know what that character is, but it's, oh, it is just a square, so something needs to be changed there. Yeah, so something, something's not working right. It's the SP mega menu parent, child after, but anyways, so you've got a CSS thing in there, and I wonder, like if I put a 5 in between those quotes. Ah, look at that. When I change the content to say 5, you get 5s there. So the character that's in there is actually the square. So if you could put, anyways, you want to look in the CSS or the settings, or something's not right there. So I was thinking it could be a cache thing, but it's actually just showing a square. So you might need to go and find out where that coding is and actually pick a different character. And the fact that there's a square showing up there makes me think that perhaps something didn't update properly at some time, and so maybe there was a character in there that wasn't UTF-8, or, and I only know about that to look for it. I don't fully understand that whole issue, but it maybe used to be a character in there that can no longer be displayed, and you'll have to go in and change that wherever you can do that. Bjorn says you have to change the code from font awesome. Yeah, so but that's what's happening in there. As you can see though, if you can find where that CSS is set or that code is set, you can put anything you want in there. Look at this. I can put hi hobby in there, and then that's the icon at the side. So you can put text in there. So that's, check that out in your SP. But that will fix that. So maybe it's not caching. It may actually just be the actual CSS. Okie dokie do. Something I'll just show you here this was announced yesterday by Joomla Shine that Joomla Shine is closing. It closed its doors September the 14th, which was yesterday. And they don't go into a lot of reasons or anything here, but it's just interesting news. So they're continuing to support. The support can be available for 12 months. There's a company that has that is not going to be doing Joomla stuff anymore. I don't know anything. This may come up in discussion online another time, but I don't know anything about what the reasons were or what the thoughts were here. I read some things yesterday from people who were kind of being a little bit racist about it. But anyways, that's just what was going on there. So if we go into let's go into extensions.joomla.org. Let's just search to see what some of their extensions were. Joomla Shine. All right, so they had and they have in here JSON Power Admin, Image Show Pro, tons of forms, a form manager, easy slider, page builder 4, fixed and sticky, absolute floating menu. Oh no, sorry, no, that's not them. Was there? Let's see. Let's go to Joomla Shine here. This will show the developer. We'll see what else they have here. So they had Power Admin, Image Show, Uniform, and they had a Page Builder, and they had an Easy Slider. These 5 show that they are Joomla 3 compatible. They don't have anything showing Joomla 4 compatible. So I don't really, I mean, it's not fair to go into speculation because there's they've put a very nice very nice page up saying they're closing, but those were the extensions that they have. Vinny, Joomla Shine documentation. Oh, okay, yeah, there's their extension documentation. Page build, Power Admin, Uniform, Mobilize. Okay, William says that the rumor mill is that the lifetime membership business model they had, oh, by the way, hello, William, was not profitable because you're only paying once and now have lifetime access to all their extensions. Okay. Yeah, if that's interesting. Let's go here. Let's go to one of their paid ones here. It's probably not working now anyways. If we go to download, it redirects their page. Yeah, so all right. Well, every business has its model, has its needs, has looks at what their resources are, looks at other projects that they have doing. William says they were working on J4 stuff, so the close. The close came to a shock to a lot of people. Okay. Well, yeah. I have, interestingly, on this site here, cybersalts.com.org, I have a newsletter that I've had. It started out in about 1996. At its peak, it had 22,000 subscribers. At this low point, currently, right now, it has 11,000 subscribers. And I barely do anything with it. I send it out twice a week. And here, I'll show you something really strange. I updated from ACY mailing 5 to 6. And ACY mailing 5 had it so that when you send out a newsletter, you had an archive of it. Now, with ACY mailing 6, that feature is not there. Every single one of my past issues looks like looks the same because it's auto-filling according to a template to the most recent content, which I'm always changing. But my point about this in business is this, is that this is the newsletter I sent out on Saturday to 11,000 people, but I barely do anything with this list as far as promotion for my business. It's a totally different demographic, and I could work that list more. But the reality for my business is, and I do have an ad here where people can donate money to help refugees that my wife and I are working with. But my point is that the return on my time and energy in web design and helping people with sites and the consulting side of my business, I'm not doing so much narration of courses right now, or I haven't been making videos for people for a while. Although I do have a client maybe this fall that wants a tutorial for a product they sell. But anyways, so what I have done is that I've sort of just keep that list going. But there's a list of 11,000 people that I'm not really trying too much with to engage, because for my time and resources and for business, I just have other things to do elsewhere, so that are more profitable for me right now. Will I revisit that? Sure. So every business, unless they lay out specifically what happened, we can just hope for good reasons that they are just into something that's more profitable for them. And hi-oh, how you doing? Haven't seen you on for a long time. Vinny said you never use their stuff. As long as Peter from Regular Labs continues to make extensions, you should be fine. Yes. Vinny, did you see in my video, Maintenance Monday video, that Articles Anywhere is going to be, Peter thinks it'll be out later this week, or it was 1 week away, and that's when I talked to him on the weekend. So I know you really like Articles Anywhere, and that would be, anyway, so yeah, he's chugging away on things there. All right, so and I will admit that there's things that if I shift my priorities and discipline around, there's some other business things I need to get to. But I'm back in catch-up mode again after the summer. So, anyways, it is what it is. Really disappointed though that, look, I've put out over 4,600, almost 4,700 issues of this newsletter. I used to do it daily, and now for a long time the archives are just all the same. And one of the things I really liked about sending out a newsletter was that each time I sent out a newsletter, there was an archive, and that was new content on my site. Now with the way that ACY Mailing is doing this, they threw me a real curveball, because now all of these links are the same, and that's duplicate content. So Vinny says he's waiting for article fields to be converted for a few projects. Yeah, I mean, I know that I was there on Monday, but if we go to Regular Labs and go to the update. So my big one that I'm excited about being ready is going to be Cache Cleaner, which he says released by late 2021. So Articles Anywhere, he's working on that. And he said there's tons of new features and improvements. He did put out a video kind of showing them, or talking about some of what was going that he did on his own, because I remember him saying on Twitter about all the rambling and the ums and stuff that he did. But yeah, so Articles Anywhere. Bjorn, I don't know. Can you change that in ACY Mailing 6? I would be really interested in knowing where you can do that, because I asked them. I sent a thing to support and said, hey, these are all the same. And they said, oh, if that's functionality, if you want, you can vote on it here. And I was like, what? So Oh, you watched that video, had me voicing the intro. He probably is using, was that the what, Regular Labs extensions for Joomla. I did that stinger for him a couple of years ago. So actually probably 4 years ago now. Yeah, if I could change that in ACY mailing, that would be fine. You know, so my fallback for fixing this issue is my fallback for fixing this issue with the archives is that I have all of the emails that went out for this. So I just need to get someone who would copy the emails, go into ACY mailing, or copy the content of the email, go into ACY mailing, paste the content, and then just save it static. That would work. But that's a big job because I'm not sure. I think the issue may go back a long while. The other thing too is that it kind of messed up down here because they only show 2. If you go on page by page, 2, and then I can go 3 down here, and then 4. But again, so it may be this way for. I may have a couple of hundred that need to be switched over. There are people that I know I could pay to do it, but that's even at the small amount that they're willing to work. That's a lot of effort, so I'm just not worrying about it right now. Okay, so let's close. Oh, back here to Regular Labs. So yeah, I'm excited about Cache Cleaner. Tabs, he says, is going to be re-released. Bjorn thinks that pagination is setting. Yeah, possibly. I'd have to look. No need for pagination, anyways. It's not working. Although I probably could sort so that the oldest archives are showing, just not the most recent one. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain because if I'm gonna get to the, oh, there we go. Issue 3710. Yeah, see, that's the text version. Maybe for now, what I should do is switch it so that in the archives, the most recent text, the oldest is at the first. That's maybe a good thing. What was I going to say? Oh, looking here. Tabs and sliders for Joomla 4 will be combined in one extension called Tabs and Accordions. There you go. Rick, if you're still watching, how about your R2H image manager? Do you guys have that? Are you going to have that working for Joomla 4? Where are you guys on that? Let's check out where your R2H. I think this will do it. There we go. Image manager. Got it for here. Joomla 3, PHP 7. Go back here and find your extensions. Oh, you've got J4 compatibility showing there. Cool. Last updated August 18th. Nice. Let's look what other extensions. And John Moholt, if you're still watching, how are things with Hodameta? Okay, R2H image manager, page refresh, and character count. You want a Joomla article or page to refresh automatically with the page refresh extension for Joomla. You can reload or refresh a specific page after a certain amount of seconds. You don't need any knowledge about HTML code. Just select one or multiple single article menu items, and the number of and type the number of seconds after which page must refresh. Great for news pages, photo pages, in corporate home pages, internet, shop signage displays, and more. Oh, that's neat. Cool. All right. Rick and John may have left the building. Of course, you guys in Europe, it's getting late at night now. Starting to get later. Okay, so check this out. I want to close some tabs. I think we've done this before on the channel, but I can close the tabs to the right. When you're working along in succession, you don't need them. Let's see. Close tabs to the right. And I'm gonna, close the other tabs. Whoops. Oh, Rick, there you are. Almost there. Great. That's super. I was actually, that site, I did not mean to close all those, but I will find my way to them anyways. That site on mine here, components, J2H image manager. This is a Joomla 3 site. R2H image manager. This site is massive. This is my site that is 20. Well, I first started, of course, before Joomla or Mambo or anything like that in '98. I think probably hold a meta. I think yeah, I think he had to do something with his domain as well. Let's see here. This is Facebook. Exley News. My friend has been texting me. News Jew Social site can't be reached. Is that something else? Wonder what that is. Oops, can't find that page. Oh yes, that's something's, yeah, something's not right on this site for when I was using R2H image manager, but this site has thousands and thousands of images. OBS.1. Other world OBS.1. Hello. Oh, Control and Shift and T open closed tabs. Oh, okay. Control Shift T. No. Control Shift T. Oh, wow. Bjorn, you're so smart. Wow. That's great. That might be worthy of a Maintenance Monday. That's, well, that, that's really cool. All right. I can get those back. I got them all back from when I closed them. The ones that want it back. Well, thank you very much. Well, yeah, I mean, the other, well, who knew that there's, yes, but who knew that you learned that on Monday? Well, that's great. Very, very nice. Yeah, we should. I'll ask. I'll ask John about Hold'em Meta. So, all right. Well, I think that is all the damage that I can do today. Chat on right. I think that's good. So, I would say Joomla 4 is better, faster, stronger than Joomla 3. Got all those cool new things in there to explore. It's out. It's kind of new right now. And so that's, there's going to be just a little bit. I was talking to Phil Taylor the other night, and we were talking about that, now that Joomla 4 is released, now we can keep fixing little things and adding little things and adding things, and it's there, and just keep moving along. So that is good. Okay, Vinny, you just sent a message. Great. All right, so I think I will wrap things up there. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It was good to spend time with you today, just hanging out and having fun, fixing a few things along the way, talking about things. And, I guess that wraps it up. So I hope wherever you are, be it morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that everything is going well with you, that you're safe and sound. And until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.